Hello, I'm glad you're here. In this video, we want to find out which of these, A, B, C, or D, would be perpendicular to 2x plus 4y equals 8. So, the first thing we want to do is get them all in the proper form, which is y equals mx plus b. It doesn't matter which ones you begin with, but we want all of them to be in the proper form. So the 2y is exactly where it needs to be, but when we move this 4x, by subtracting it from both sides of the equal sign, it'll appear here. And then we have to divide everything by 2, and we end up with y equals negative 2x plus 2. And then we're going to do the same thing for the next one. The negative y is right beside the equal sign where it needs to be. When we move this to the other side of the equal sign, it becomes a negative. Then we're going to divide through by a negative 1. And we want to divide everything through by a negative 1 because we just want the equation y, not a negative y, equals mx plus b, or in that format. So we end up with a positive 2x plus a negative 5. We're going to repeat that process. Negative 6y. The 3x, when it gets moved on this side of the equal sign, becomes negative. And the 12 just got scooted over a little bit. Divide through by negative 6. End up with y equals 1/2 x plus a negative 2. And lastly, remember when we move this to the opposite side of the equal sign, it's going to be negative. Divide everything through by 8. End up with y equals negative 1/2 x plus 2. Now we have to put this in the proper format. We need it to be y equals mx plus b, 4y. When we move the 2x to the opposite side of the equal sign, we have to subtract it because we subtract it from both sides and it cancels out over here. Then it appears over there. And then we divide through by 4. We end up with y equals 1/2 x plus 2. Well, perpendicular would have an opposite reciprocal slope. So the reciprocal is if the 2 flips over the 1, and the opposite means the sign changes. So we actually need a negative 2 for one of these in order for it to be the correct one. And we actually determined that this first one gave us a negative 2. So we did a lot more work than we needed to do, but I was teaching you and we were practicing, so that's okay. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe.